Alright guys, welcome back to Turbo 2.8, and as promised, I'm going to breathe life into this 72 Honda Odyssey. So I've already put a little bit of gas on the carb. It is mixed, and hopefully this thing doesn't rip my arm off. Well, that sounded pretty good. One problem I have with this is this is the wrong carburetor. I don't know how that ended up on there, but apparently somebody put a boat carburetor on a snowmobile. Don't ask me why, but I got to get that off and get a carburetor that's actually for this engine. So all your likes and subscribes definitely helps this channel out, and I can walk you guys through what I've done. So I've put the snowmobile engine on here, and it's out of a 71 Panther, I think, Cat Panther, and it's a 350. And then I've just went ahead and used the snowmobile drive, the clutch engagement and everything, and then I just went down and went to the 40 North, the hardware store down there, and I got some sprockets and some chain, and basically just ran that into my homemade jack shaft over here. I cleaned those welds up, and then I've got another bearing underneath. I don't know if you can see. There's another bearing. Yep, right there. Got two bearings, and then it comes out, goes down into the axle. I just did a 3-to-1 ratio on it for now, because this does have a massive clutch on it and it does have a lot of gear range, so I think we'll start there. I don't want to go too low and you'll burn the engine up pretty quick. If I do have to change gear ratios, I made this simple, and I can always start with the easiest one and change it right here. Put a couple master links in there and cut another chunk of chain, and I built this whole rear swing arm suspension myself, and I built that axle myself too. And I made a jig to put those two axles in there and welded them together and got it pretty darn straight. It's not perfect, but nothing's perfect here on Turbo 2.8. Now we're gonna run you back up over to here, and you'll notice that there's two car coils on this. Well, I guess in 1972 or 3, whatever year it was, so this engine ran points. So when I got this engine, it never had spark. I had it running once, and then it never had spark again. So what I ended up doing was coming into here, and I pulled the magneto out, pulled the exciter coils out, and rewired the capacitors to just take a 12-volt battery now. And then we hooked the points, come out directly out of here, and just run into the negative side of each of these coils right here. And then I just have a 12-volt loop, loops both of them together, and it works phenomenally. I mean, you heard that thing fire up. So a lot of people ask you, well, how are you going to cool this motor? Isn't it going to overheat being behind the seat? Well, I know a lot of you guys don't like Kawasaki out there, but they did something right. They put a belt-driven cooling fan on it, and it's got all the shrouding, and this is where the heat exits. So, and the other thing is this was made back when Kawasaki's were really good. I mean, I know there's a few years there where stay away from them. But I gotta still hook up the charging system coming out. I left that intact, so I should still be able to charge this battery off the charging system. And then I went ahead and put the old custom steering wheel on there. You know, you gotta have some kind of luxuries in life. It's just the little things that make a difference. And then shout out to my buddy Nick. He got me those tires, and I'll tell you what, those are super hard to find. They're the, I don't know if you can see this, they're the old 3-lug style that they don't even make anymore in this size of rim. You can get the tires, but you can't get the rim tire combo. And this would actually be what you would find on a 72 Odyssey. So we got that. And actually you can see, if you back up a little bit, I took the old goofy looking roll cage off, cut her up and bent her into something a little bit more traditional. So it actually looks like a go-kart now. So basically we're running these Banshee tires on the back, and I got to make some hubs for it, because the ones that I have right now are set up for a 1-inch shaft and they're just not going to work. It's a 7/8 inch axle. So that's basically where we're at. I mean, it literally fired right up. Put a little gas down her throat, and I gotta get a carburetor. Oh yeah, and then I gotta mount the tank too, which is currently over there. I'm gonna put on one of those 2 tanks, and it's just gonna go right in here. And the reason why I'm going with those tanks is because one's 4 gallon and one is 6. So 2-strokes like to burn a lot of gas, so I want quite a bit of range with this. So I might go with the 6-galloner, and that should be plenty for a full day of riding in this thing. And yeah, basically that's where we're at. Looks pretty good. I'll give you guys the first person view here. So move a couple things. Poor video planning. I just grab the phone and start recording. But there you go. You got the steering. Still got to put some bolts in up there. But yeah, they're coming together. We got the steering. I got to redo the alignment. That tire is obviously a little towed in, but we're coming right along. I got the ignition right here, kill, so it's all electronic now, so you don't have to worry about shocking yourself. And I'm probably going to put a couple gauges in this, I think. Couple, just a voltmeter, a couple lights, so I can just kind of monitor. And I think, oh, that's the other thing I wanted to show you guys. So back here, the original braking system went right here on this. And I have the caliper and everything, but I don't have the brake shoes. So I was sitting here pondering one day, and I found this. It's the old rear brake shoe off my pickup over there. And I just so happened to slide it in one day, and it fits like a glove. So I think that's what I'm going to do for brakes on the back here. Just keep it all mechanical and simple. I probably won't run front brakes right away. You don't need front brakes anyways. Front brakes just get you into trouble. But yeah, so I gotta get a main thing for it to run is the gas tank and the carburetor and the hubs. That's the last little bit that I need for this thing to drive. And it should be pretty good. I mean, I'm not worried about the axle at all or anything. It's got plenty good rear suspension. So yeah, like and subscribe to my channel for more of this. I'll show you how to do it. It's actually not that difficult. You just take the time and do it right. Well, right can go a couple different ways, but I did it how I knew how to do it. So you guys have a good one.